podium's on, everything else is good.
Surprise.
I just wait till this countdown, we can start.
I look at it and I'm like, yeah, we've had a couple years like
Okay.
currently.
I don't know.
call
Yeah,
you?
I just,
I can't remember.
You could like buy a car.
I don't know.
To call to order the November 13th Planning Commission meeting. A roll call, please.
Gary Wells, Kendra Zumick,
Here,
Angie Claycamp,
here.
Don Bruce,
Here.
Rick Schleibaum, Dave Eggers,
Present.
Dave Early,
Here.
Shell Parker, Bernie Hausberger.
Here.
Jason Kleber. And Mark Maxey. That will be the new councilman, but he is not here tonight.
Okay, so we're down 2. Is that right?
3.
3?
Yeah.
So what's
You got
that
8 present.
for a motion?
It would still be, what is it?
Just take 6.
So 6,
Yeah,
so we're
still
good?
6, yeah.
Okay. We are missing 3 members this evening, so just so everyone's on board, it's still a 6-vote pass, but we'll be down 3 votes on that. So if anyone wants to wait till we have a full forum, you're welcome to appeal to the next meeting, or if not, we are going to get started. First case.
Let's do the minutes first.
Oh, yeah, let's do the minutes. Everyone had a chance to read the minutes. I will entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. So carried. Now,
Now I'll go.
how about the first thing on our agenda?
First case tonight is PCM 10-25. James Murphy is petitioner. Petitioner is requesting to rezone the property at 617 West Laurel from R1 to R3. They're wanting to build a triplex.
If you come forward and state your name and what you're planning.
James Murphy, we're looking to rezone 617 West Laurel from R1 to R3 to build a triplex.
Okay. Thank you, James. You can sit down if you want. We'll get to the questions here in a minute.
Okay.
Is there anybody here to, what? Is anybody here to speak in favor of the motion? Anybody here to speak opposing the motion? Discussion with the board. Questions for Mr. Murphy? Anybody?
How many stories is this?
Just one.
Are all 3 of the entries going to be on the same side, or will it be like 2 and 1?
They'll all be on the same side.
So the
Just so we can,
yeah, just so so you've got your actual building size here listed at 36 by 27. What would that make each unit be?
It's going to be very similar to the duplex that we built a couple years ago at Laurel and Buckeye. That duplex was 64 feet, so basically 32 feet apiece.
Okay.
Right there. It'll be basically the same thing with all off-street parking, and there's be parking in the back also, so.
you've laid it out and you got plenty of parking.
Yes, yeah,
Oh,
Yep.
I thought you did.
Because I think the ordinance states a 1.5 parking places per address, correct?
yeah, there'll be
Okay.
plenty.
Looks that way.
Yep.
So these will be classified as a 2-bedroom, 1 bath, I'm assuming, or a single
2
studios?
bedroom, 1 bath.
Okay, any more questions from the board? I will entertain a motion. We don't do motions on this board, do we?
Not just vote.
No. Yeah, go right ahead and vote. My problem. I mixed up my, yeah, my bad. Too many boards.
Been waiting a little while for a motion.
Yeah, I got it confused with
Thanks.
the other one. Okay, thank you.
Too many of them.
Too many of them.
Let the record show that Mr. Schleibaum walked in late.
Really? Slam the gavel on that.
I was very comfortable in my chair,
Yeah.
and Peg goes, "Don't you have a meeting?"
Can I gavel him from that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it's 9-0 to approve. Motion is carried. They'll get you on the agenda for the council meeting for a zoning change here by the end of the month, probably.
It'll be up, on the 24th of this month, 7 PM in this room, and city council will hear it then.
Thank you.
Next case.
Okay, next case is PCM 11-25. Steve Ferris is a petitioner. Petitioner is requesting a rezone at 106 East 14th Street from R1 to R3. He tore down an existing structure and wants to build a 4-unit townhouse. And with this one, you did have one correspondence letter that someone wrote in. You all should have in front of you.
If you could state your name for the record, please.
Steve Ferris. We'd like to build a 4-unit on this piece of property. You can see up here. This is our development that was recently approved right here. Railroad tracks. So it dead ends on 14th. You know where it's at?
I think it's in the,
Oh, okay.
it's in the packet.
Yes, I think we are all here in the packet.
You can pass it around if you want, but they should have a picture of it.
Yeah. We're just glad we got the property bought. First of all, I've been after it for, I think 3 years. Because we were planning on doing that development that's been approved. And here's what we had. We got it down now. It's all been, we had an excavating company take it all down. We had squatters there. And I was working with, Mr. Pfeiffer in the city to get this cleaned up. So really we're our same old game. I mean, we're, trying to make money, of course, but improving the community that we live in and fill a niche. We want to do single family homes on our approved development, but we've had so many calls from people saying they need a place to live, they can't afford to build. And we have various types, but what we'd like to do is maybe not quite what Chad Gerker did right on Shields, but maybe just a little bit less. 1-car garage instead of 2 bedroom, seems that's very fitting. And continue to try to fill a niche in town for people that, it's just a terrible time for people to try to have home ownership, which we promote that. We want people to own their own home, but right now it's just a very difficult time. So, just have a little mix down there on Shields and 14th. Continue to move forward with our residential homes, but we felt this might be a great spot to fill another niche, so that's what we'd like to do with your approval.
Okay, Steve, thanks.
Thank you.
Anyone here to speak in favor of the project? Yes, sir. Step up and state your name, please.
I'm Andrew Skaggs, and we have the 3 homes directly to the south of this property. And I want to say thank you to Steve for getting it cleaned up because it desperately needed it. And I just want to thank him publicly for doing that because it's a big deal. And I know Chad Gerker's not here, but I really appreciate what Chad's doing. I've watched him build those quads that he's doing, and they're just first class. Mm-hmm. And I know this 4-unit that Steve's talking about would be very comparable to that, and I believe it'd make the neighborhood better. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else to speak in favor of? Anyone to speak against? Yes, please step to the podium and state your name.
My name's Julie Hastings, and I live directly behind, well, Skaggs properties are directly behind this property, and I'm a couple of houses down. But I'm right on the alley that will be between this unit and our homes. I believe that the letter that you received is from my neighbors, the Sueys. They also asked me to bring a copy of their letter just in case you didn't have it.
Everybody's
'Cause they-
got it.
Yeah, we got it.
But our concern is about parking and traffic. Both streets are very narrow, and when the Skaggs buildings were going up, I know that several people on our street opposed their original plans for multi-unit. Obviously, it is wonderful that he's cleaned up the property. We just are concerned about with it being multi-units, where, I heard him say something about garages, but are we gonna have garages in the front with a driveway where people will be using 14th Street? Are they going to be in the back where people are gonna be coming up the alley and then therefore causing more traffic through the alley? There are, a few young children right in that area, as well as animals. And also the concern of some of the people on 13th Street is that when it's wintertime and there's bad weather, if they would be coming up the alley, then they won't want to come up the alley. They'll want to come up 13th Street to get into the back of the property. So our biggest concern is about the traffic and the parking.
Would you like to take a look at Mr. Ferris's drawing of what he's proposing?
I would, very
Okay.
much.
I was
Absolutely.
gonna say, Steve, I think there's a lot of them here
Yeah.
from that area, if you wanna take your pictures back and show them.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we will have parking drives in the front.
Okay.
Not so sure right now about from the alley. We just anticipated that being a nice grassy area. But we are presently working with the city and the railroad to continue to improve. The alley actually goes to 14th. I didn't know that till about a month ago. So we're working on that. Haven't made any movement yet because it's like you have to deal with the feds on the railroad. And so I'm waiting on them. Can't touch anything till they come and we meet them there. But, yeah, there'd be plenty of parking. Traffic, from the alley, I can't predict that right now.
Will there be a lot of space behind the
Yes,
unit
Yes.
between the house and the alley?
Yeah, it'd be a nice grassy area, but, there'd be plenty of parking over 14th, so,
And did you say that you have I know someone bought that across the street on 14th Street. That's yours as well?
yeah. We actually also, I saw Johnny, and then, he owns,
The
a
property
house
next to
it.
you,
And
yeah.
then we own a lot on the other side, which the house had been condemned for years. And the reason for our initial purchase was because of our proposed development that got approved across the street. We want to build some, smaller single-family homes to fill another niche. And, we just felt like we needed these properties to clean up that area. Some of the neighbors called us and they was asking, encouraging us to buy them if it was possible. It was kind of difficult, but we got it done. And so we are trying to clean up. We don't want to cause any hazards. We want to do everything we can to please everyone, as hard as that is. But we're trying to fill all the voids. So yeah, I mean,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah.
So they are gonna essentially be sort of like what Chad built over on
Yes.
Shield?
It's not quite the dollar amount, just there again, another niche
Okay.
that we're trying to fill. People call us all the time. It's just, what fits for that particular family is what we're trying to do. We have several rentals. We have 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms. But we've had so many calls on something like this, and we just thought, maybe it's something we ought to give a try. And we've got one lady called me the other day. She's 70 and lives alone, and she wants something like this.
Okay.
We're having older people call, say they want something nice, something semi-private, you know, quiet and private, like this a dead end. Well, you can't get any more private and quiet than that, so.
Right.
Hopefully, if, you know, if we get approval, it'll work very well, and it won't be, we won't impose on the neighbors, but will be a blessing. That's our intent. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I know, like I said, most of the people on our street that I've spoken to, the biggest concern is just the increase of the traffic, both on 13th and in the alley, if they were, you know, to access the back of the property. So that's our biggest concern.
Yeah.
is that.
Okay, hopefully it won't be a problem.
Thank you.
Steve, thank you. Is there anybody else here to speak against?
Okay.
Discussion from the board. Do you have any questions for Mr. Ferris?
I was just gonna mention that, what he's showing the people are that the garage doors are all facing 14th Street, so all the traffic should be coming out to 14th Street and not the alley, since he really didn't really state that. The other thing I wanted to mention is that it looks like one house was there, but it's actually 3 separate lots, so if he wanted to, he could put 3 separate homes on this same lot if he so choose. So you're getting the extra residents at this location, but I don't think it seems similar to what's in the area, especially if you look half a block away at what's going on towards the Gurker properties.
Thanks, Bernie. Anything else? This time we'll cast a vote.
Thank you, sir.
It has been approved 9-0. It will be sent on to the council for their determinations, and I assume that will also be later this month.
Yes, sir, on the 24th, Monday evening in this room at 7 PM. It'll be heard by city council.
Did you get that, Steve? Okay, all right. Okay, thank
All
you
right,
all
Liz.
very much. I appreciate your participation. Next case.
Next case is PCM 12-25, Rose Acres Incorporated petitioner. Petitioner is requesting a development plan approval at 375 Tanger Boulevard. They're wanting to construct more than 40,000 square foot building for their R&D facility.
Yeah, state your name, please.
And before you get started, you all have a letter in front of you too, about the project.
Yes. Everyone have that letter? Okay. That came late today in case it didn't make somebody's email, but
Yeah, if you
Okay.
want, did you get a copy of
I've
it?
not seen that.
It came really late, so. Yeah. That's it. Go ahead and tell us what you're doing, Wes.
So West Spray, Roseacre Farms, we're here tonight for the, hopefully approval for the, development plan for building for our, finished food processing and R&D building that's over 40,000 square feet. I think you all have an exhibit from Chad. If you got any questions to that, you can speak to, or he can speak to that. But, yeah.
okay. All right, Wes, so we're gonna,
Yeah, basically, just so everybody's clear why we're here, they've got all their approvals to do the building and their project. But anything over 40,000 square feet has to come back in front of us for your approval. If it would have been 39,000 square feet, they wouldn't, but it's gonna be larger than that, so they just have to come forward with the plan and what they're proposing to do. That's in our ordinance, so.
okay. Thank you, Wes. Is there anyone here to, speak in favor of the project? Anyone here to speak against the project? Please step forward and state your name, please, for the record.
Yes, Joe Walter, and I have a question about the drainage. I see here on their map that the survey company provided, there's natural drainage coming down to the proposed stormwater detention area. Right across the road is the beginning of the drainage that comes through my property. I just want to know, will there be mitigations? Should there be leaks from the maintenance facility or from the R&D facility? I'm not to speak against it, I just want to find out some information.
Chad, you drew that up. Would you like to address that?
I don't know if you will have any containment inside the R&D facility.
So everything inside,
If you could, come up to the mic, only because we gotta get it on the minutes.
yeah. So the internals of the building haven't been ironed out completely yet. But it wouldn't be any different than any other manufacturing facility or
Right.
food processing facility.
Yeah.
All food grade chemicals.
Right.
Um,
Mr. Walter, so your concern was
Was
the
it more of a
runoff?
truck shop?
The
Okay.
runoff will come right through my little farm, right across the road.
Okay.
Okay, I used to hunt this property as a kid,
Yeah.
shot lots of doves and rabbits out there. We
Nice.
used to run trap lines over there to make money in high school. Where the vet clinic is, used to be Harvey Taylor's gas station.
Mm-hmm.
TJ Machine Shop.
So my concern is if it comes through my farm, it goes right into Mutton Creek Estates, into their lake.
You're just wanting to make sure they retain their water on their site? Is that
Yes.
what- Okay.
Yes.
Chad, can you speak to that? Cause you'll be doing their drainage.
I'm gonna point that to you. So this will be a stormwater detention pond that will take care of the water quantity requirements of the city. So we can't let water go off faster than it does now. The truck maintenance facility, any internal drains here will have a external storage pit that everything from the inside will go into that, and then that'll get pumped off and hauled to the city. So the only water coming through here should be stormwater coming off the roof drains in the ground.
Okay.
Everything coming inside here will be food grade. So if it's a truck maintenance facility, everything will go over ground into the pond and then it'll be let out. But
Okay.
the internal stuff will be contained.
Okay, that was my concern. Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Walter, good. Thank you both. Anyone here to speak against? Anyone else to speak against the project? Yes, sir. Please step forward, state your name for the record.
My name is Rick Simpson, and I live in Mutton Creek.
Okay.
And I came here to find out more information, kind of like he was. Is this going to be a production facility? How many birds are going to be there?
It is no birds. So by their variance, they got to build this, and I can speak from this from personal knowledge. So there's no birds, there's no trash, no residue, no manure, no nothing. This is a research and development facility focused on, and Wes, please correct me if I'm wrong, but focused on a research and development for a egg protein type sports drink thing, right? Or
It's a finished food, I don't know, gas stations have the, hard cooked eggs, things
Right.
like that.
Yeah. Okay, so finished food
Finished
products.
food, ready to eat product.
Okay. So there's no chickens, there's no manure, there's nothing like that on site at all. It's in the ordinance that they cannot have those things on this premise.
Okay. And I'm assuming that you're satisfied with the water drainage getting into Mutton Creek and then eventually into our lake?
Yes.
And my last question is, if they ever wanted to put a production facility there, and they would have to get approval, and that would be a much bigger building and a much different issue.
Much different issue altogether, because they currently we have city ordinances abiding and restricting them right now, currently, to what they can do and manufacture and make happen at this facility. So those things cannot happen. They would have to reapply to the city and get variances and get all kinds of changes in order to do that. Their status as their zoning would have to change, which is a huge deal.
That was my other question.
Yeah.
So the way it's zoned now, they couldn't even put it in there. They'd
No.
have to get a zoning. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And everybody would get a letter and be notified if there's a change.
Yes.
Okay. Just trying to protect property values.
You're good. I absolutely understand. That's what this is all about. So I'm glad you came and I'm glad you posed your questions.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else here to speak against? Yes, sir.
Questions?
Yeah, just step forward on the podium, please. And state your name for the record.
John Stahl.
Yes, sir.
So is this all going to be south of East County Avenue? On that piece
Yeah.
of property? Okay. And there will be no streets coming out onto East County Avenue?
I know.
Entrance or exits?
There is a future road connection planned, but not right now. Because one, the city will require from a fire protection standpoint of having two entrances into this. If it is ever dedicated to the city.
The
But I'm sure at that point, that road's gonna have to be upgraded from their connection to 31.
Yeah, the reason I ask is because when the, truck maintenance building was asked, there were a lot of people in this room as neighbors. And the promise was that there would be no entrance or exits onto East County Avenue.
Yeah, I think they realize if there's an entrance on there, the county would probably make them also improve that street, make it a lot wider than it is now.
So does that
But there's
make
some
the
steps
first
that-
approval, void?
Do what, John?
Does that make the first approval they got
Well,
void? Because that was contingent upon having no entrance or exits off of that county road.
well, I don't think it makes it void. It just means if they wanna add that entrance, they're gonna have to make some improvements to that road before they, cause I'm sure the county's gonna feel the same way, that little 2-lane road's
Yeah,
not
well,
gonna be big enough for trucks.
So the people that were told in here that night, 16 months ago, that there would be no traffic on or off of that road from that property, that's not really true.
Well, I'd have to look at the minutes again, and I'm not
Yeah.
saying you're wrong, but if it's
Yeah.
in the minutes that there wouldn't be a access on there, then
Yeah, I read the minutes.
okay.
So just to be clear, did we answer your question, Mr. Stahl?
Not necessarily, but, I think it's all a big gray area right now. Because the first, request for zoning for that area, the people that were here were promised there would be no entrance or exit off of that road, and that satisfied a lot of those people that live north of that county road there. And now it's a gray area. So what they were told is a big question mark.
Well, the gray area would be technically up to the county if the county decided, because that's still a county road. Am I right with all that? So it would still be a county road. As far as the city's concerned, they've met the requirements, and they were not a zoning change. This was operated on a variance. So they got a variance on existing, so we did not allow the chickens and the manure and all the stuff. If we changed their zoning to an industrial rating, that we could not limit or have control of that moving forward, which was the reasoning behind granting the variance versus stating a zoning change. Okay.
So
Yeah, you're correct, it's county road.
is that piece of property in the city?
The piece that they're on is in the city.
Yeah.
The county road is the county road.
It's county.
Correct.
Yeah. That's why I say the county would probably, if they wanted to attach an entrance to that road, the county would probably, I'm speaking for them, they're not here, but I would assume they would want them to make some improvements. Am I right, Chad, on that? I don't know for a fact, but.
It's hard to say without
I
anything
would
here.
probably give the same answer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna mention something that's,
Bernie,
It's-
you ought to know, you do roads.
it's obvious to me that, if they need more trucks to go out to 31, they could put their own entrance in out to 31, and that would be kind of odd to me. Might be just as well to, and this is thinking down the road, if you have traffic coming out to 31, why not improve the county road, to make that the full, 2-3 lanes wide? So I'm saying, I understand what you're saying, a point, something was made, but to me, Rose Acres has the option to go out to 31 if they want to, with their own entrance. So I'm not sure there's really a difference between doing it at the county road level or doing it.
I understand, the only difference was that in a public hearing, the people that live in that area were told one thing. Okay?
I agree.
That's what I'm bringing up.
I don't have those minutes in front of me. I honestly do not recall that discussion, but it didn't mean it didn't happen. I just don't have that information in front of me, so. Is there anyone else here opposing the petition? Discussion from the board, questions for any of the Rose Acres people? Anything at all? I will entertain a vote.
Thank you, sir.
Got three approved. Petition's been approved, 9-0,
And it doesn't go anywhere
and
else.
that does not go anywhere else.
That's all I have, unless somebody from the board has something.
Any discussion with the board? Anything at all? Make a motion to adjourn?
So moved. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned.